Well, hello once again, everybody. So I thought that I would do a supplementary review for this Enya Inspire carbon fiber super strat guitar. Just talk about what I've done to it, some of the little mods and changes that I've made, and also like how I might plan on using it. So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. So as far as like changes I've made, as you can tell, I just used some whiteout and I just put in some little dots up here. The reason why is because when you're up higher, sometimes you're doing over the right hand over the top. It kind of gets a little bit hard to see what you're doing because your hand will cover up these things. Also, I think it just kind of looks cool. I don't really need it so much for this because I can see these pretty clearly. Most of the time, it's just the hand like this, so it doesn't even cover them up. But when you start tapping and stuff, sometimes it gets covered up. So I'm just like, well, let's add some dots here. The other changes that I've made, I don't use the wang bar stuff really that much at all, and so all I did was just tighten it all the way. I just screwed it up all the way against the body, so it's like blocked down now. Like you don't have any, you know, no float, no nothing. It's just like completely against the body. So yeah, I got a couple little hair tie string mutes here that I use. Everything else is pretty much the same. The settings that I use for this guitar, they are like, I don't use the full volume of what's available in the app. So I kind of pull the settings down so it's a little more, that like the tone is more manageable. So as you can tell, it's got kind of a very good rock kind of a thing going for it. Rock and blues, prog rock, you know, weird kind of that kind of sound and approach. Works pretty well for this guitar and the 24 frets. And the fact that I've got, oh yeah, I should mention, like I do have the action on this, like it's not, I guess not horribly low maybe compared to some things I've seen other people do, but it's pretty low. I mean, as you can tell, my camera is doing a good job today of letting me zoom in on this stuff. Let me see. So yeah, pretty good low action. I'm just really enjoying this for like rock rhythms and leads and things. yeah, I was doing some kind of Van Halen-ish Def Leppard type stuff in the intro, or whatever you want to look at it, you know, just chords. But this guitar does have kind of like it has kind of a little bit of the 80s vibe about it, which I think is kind of cool for a rock guitar. Because a lot of different instruments you play, especially with the distortion, you're messing around with it, and you try doing like, and it like doesn't sound right. I don't know how to describe it. Like the notes don't sound right. They mash together all weird, and like it just sounds like there's oh, this note's too loud, this one's bassy, there's no bottom, there's no top, the mid's all screwed up, you know, like that kind of stuff. But this guitar can totally do that kind of like more intricate melodic rhythm playing, I feel like, better with the note separation. So I play like jazz chords in that style, and it's still and that's bridge pickup, you know, and the neck. I only really used most of the time the bridge and the neck. The in between sounds, I imagine. If you want to mess around with it a little bit, I just kind of, you know, other settings are useful for different situations and songs. I just kind of find that myself just kind of doing what I do with a Telecaster. It's like bridge, neck, you know, and then the neck. For the more kind of like the understated lead type sound. I mean, it's got it together. And I had the volume on the pickup, you know, pulled down a little bit with that knob, so you can get kind of that kind of a thing going, kind of a more mellow lead, and then, you know, all the way on. And then it's really easy to do legato. And that's all neck pickup. But the neck pickup does legato pretty great. The bridge, obviously, you know, and I'm really only doing a lot of majors and minors and blues scales and Mixolydian and stuff with this review. I don't want to get too crazy. I just really wanted to just demonstrate some like basic rock stuff with this. But it is a good legato guitar. See, a lot of people they'll do four of the stretches and things like that, 4 notes per string, and I find it hard to do that consistently unless I'm using 2 hands. So with the fingerstyle, it's kind of a little side note. Instead of going like, or something like that, I just go up a string. But I find that to be easier to do. And because it's, fingerstyle, it's easier to do that. Get a little. I feel like that would be 4 notes per string type runs. But anyway, all the arpeggiated figures come off fairly nicely too. And then obviously you saw the video I did before this one where I'm playing with a pick, like that kind of demonstrates some of the way the guitar sounds when you're using it more conventionally and not fingerstyle too. But I'll let you watch that video if you want to see what that sounds like. But yep, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you and talk about. And hopefully you got something out of this. Definitely a good rock guitar. You can get really low action with it and, get those kind of sounds. Plus with the built-in electronics and the speaker and the USB recording, it's useful, and what's not to like, right? I'll see you in the next one.